Hi and welcome back to the channel. I'm a bit mindful, I've not posted anything for a couple of weeks since coming back from Morocco. So just want to give it a bit of an update on what's happening because I kind of gonna make some changes to the channel, and the first one that I'm gonna do, I thought I'm gonna go back a little bit on some of the amazing places that I've been, which I've really enjoyed. And obviously, there was no video of those places, but the thing that I love doing when I go away was to take lots of photos. And I've been doing a lot of work on editing and practicing editing. So I thought that would be a really good way for me to just improve my editing skills. So what I'm going to do is put one a week, I guess. If I can do more, I'll do that. But what I want to do is with photos, just to add some music and just show you some of the fantastic places that I've been. And the first one that I'm going to do was a place I went to several years ago now. When I went to America, I went to Philadelphia and I went to Chicago, which was a place I did spend some time in the past. But I love Lakeshore Drive in Chicago. It's amazing. And one of the places that I've always wanted to go, because I didn't go there before, was the Art Institute of Chicago, and in there it's got some of my favourite artist paintings. One is Seurat, the French Impressionist, but there was loads of other absolutely wonderful stuff in there. So I'll do a little sort of photo montage and find some nice chilled out music and take you on a journey through the Art Institute in Chicago. Um, I'm not going to do one for everywhere that I've been. I just wanted to pick out some particular favourites, and the next one that I'll do will be Athens. Um, uh, the usual places in Athens, the Acropolis, but one place which I really enjoyed was the Acropolis Museum, which was just full of the most amazing, historical pieces, and the archaeological finds. It was, I was in my element. And also in Athens, there, wandering around some of the different places was just wonderful, just wonderful. So that's another place that I'll do. A few years back, I went to the Atlas Mountains in Morocco. That was a very special place. And I went to a place called Paradise Valley, which is, its name gives the game away, because it was just an amazing place, and a place that I think I'll go back to in the future. But that will be one that I'll be covering. Um, the next place is Cairo. One of the things that was always on my bucket list, because I love my ancient archaeology, and one of the places was the archaeological museum in Egypt, which is just, you know a lot of places you just get your mind completely blown, and that was one of them. And so I'll take you on a bit of a journey around the Archaeological Museum of Cairo, and also the pyramids and just some other stuff that I found there, which was amazing. The next place will be Sicily. Been there twice. Going to go there again. It's absolutely epic, an epic place. And the first place I went to in Sicily was Palermo, and I'll do a montage from there. And I was recently in Syracuse, the other side of Sicily, and I'll do one for there as well. Um, One place which again completely blew my mind was when I went to um, Italy. Been there a few times, but I went to Naples, and then I went down to. My mind's gone completely blank. I went to I went to Pompeii, and God, I after about 20 minutes of being there, I'd taken about 500 photographs. I am exaggerating, but it was just an incredible place, and on the bucket list as well of places that I just really, really wanted to go. And Naples as well is just an incredible city, and I think I'll probably have to go there because I didn't spend enough time there. But the ancient archaeological museum in Naples was another completely mind-blowing place, full of the most incredible stuff. The next place I'll also do is Lisbon, one of my favourite places. Um, just an incredible atmospheric city, very beautiful city, and as you'll find with a lot of these, I always like to find a botanical garden, and there was there's been a few which will crop up, and there was an incredible one in Lisbon is alongside just lots of other stuff. Again, some fantastic museums, cityscapes, just wonderful place. I'll be covering one that in Montenegro that was on the coast, Podrica, which was so photogenic, and that particular coastline is just the color of the water, just yeah I really that I really look forward to actually going back and actually looking at some of the photos, because sometimes I don't go back and look at some of the pictures that I took, and so it'd be really nice to share them with you. Another place will be Berlin. Was there last year, at the end of last year, and that's another incredible place. Some of the museums, the history, and another wonderful botanical garden. Um, I'll do another one. Been to Morocco now a few times. Obviously, my last trip was in Tagazout, and I won't do that one because I started the video in of that. But Fez, I went to Fez, which is a world. I think that it's a World UNESCO place, and just the history of that place was amazing. Very photogenic, great light and stuff. And I went to a few places. Did a day trip up to the Blue City, and so I'll share some pictures of that too. Chachuan was the name of the place, and my final one is Rome. When I was there last November, I'd been to Rome before and did the usual place, and it's an epic place, it really is. But I wanted to go back because there was a few places that I really wanted to go to, which I didn't go the first time. One of them being again the archaeological museum in Rome. Just again epic, and there was a couple of things that when I do them, I'll put some text over particular things as well, because there were some just momentous highlights. One in particular of a bronze statue, a gladiator, which which kind of just blew my mind. And it just, the looking back at the history of some of this stuff, it's just incredible. It just, and I'll say it a lot, it just blew my mind. It really, really did. So, I'm really looking forward to sharing some of these places with you. And, and as always, your comments, feedback is really most welcome. It really is, because the other thing that I wanted to share with you, against all my sort of minimalist kind of things, because I just don't like to buy stuff, but I did treat myself to this little beauty, and it's a GoPro 13. Quite an expensive bit of kit, but I want to take this quite seriously, and I'm not doing it, I'm doing it for me, I'm going on this journey of being able to, move from photography, although I'll still be doing the photography bit, but to do video. And I've had a lot of influences, which I'll put some links in as I go along. One in particular is called Me Time, and I found it incredibly powerful, you know, because it's video and it's a couple that live in Japan. The husband does the video, and the lady, she does all the editing, and it's so beautifully done, so atmospheric, and it's been a real it's been a real influence on how I would like to go ahead with my videoing. And I have spent a lot of time practicing, looking at different looking at different ways, and different software and stuff. So what I plan to do with this little beauty is do some practicing, probably around where I live, and there's a few places that I really want to do, a couple of my favourite places. So I'm going to be practicing as well. So look out for some of the stuff that I'll be doing, and just sort of working on, to improve my video skills, and also my editing, which is got so much better. And I don't apologise for any of the videoing that I did in Tagazoot, but it was interesting. There was a lot of learning there for me. For some reason I uploaded it and it didn't. It uploaded in standard definition, and it looked awful. But I managed to, you know, get some music there, and doing some stuff. So yeah, it was, it's a really steep learning curve, this, for me. So yeah, I hope you're going to enjoy some of the content which is coming up, and as well as doing all the stuff which I've just mentioned. My next trip is not far away. So in 2 weeks' time, I'm going to be flying to Tirana in Albania, and it's a place that I've always wanted to go. And so in about a week's time, I'll do my planning. I'm not going to do a packing thing. I won't subject you to that again. But what I will do is do my planning, because I think it's nice, and because just encouraging people really that it doesn't cost a fortune. So I'll be sharing how much my flight cost as usual, accommodation, at other sort of, but not hidden costs, but other costs that will be included. And it's been really interesting, my journey so far, doing this stuff. And I've been doing a lot of reading. I still follow a lot of really amazing stuff on YouTube, which is completely inspirational. And like I said, I'll share some of those with you. I'll put some links in the chat, so you may be interested in some of those. But it's been really interesting finding out about the stuff that I like to do, and it's like, people can call it micro tourism, or micro traveling, all these kind of words that I never really had heard of. So yes, so look out for some content that will be coming up, and like I always say, please leave a like, a share, whatever it is, but feedback is really important, because the ideas that I've had in quite a short space of time is that I really want the video editing part, or the videoing that I'm doing, to be quite calming, and looking into all that. And thank you for that me time, on YouTube, those people in Japan, because if you've not seen, I'll put the link in the chat. And the way that it's filmed and the atmosphere of the recordings are just the kind of thing that I'm really, really looking forward to. But anyway, thank you for getting to the end of this. It's been a bit of a long one, but hey, that's okay. And please look out for the content which will be coming up. But I'm really looking forward to hearing your comments, reading your comments. So wishing everyone a beautiful and safe couple of weeks. And yeah, I look forward to catching up with you on this channel very, very soon. So sending blessings to everybody.